Well, I'm starting my small adventure in history this morning from Eddington Priory Church, which is at Eddington in Wiltshire. And we're going to the celebrated and the iconic 1917 tree, but there's so much to see in between. I will put on the What 3 Words location of the church, and we'll go on from here and have a bit of an adventure in history, I'm sure. And just before I leave the church, you can see the tomb on the wall there. And if you watch one of my previous videos, you'll find out all about that. So, walking up out of the urban village, it couldn't be better weather. What a fantastic day this is. I've been waiting for the wind to drop down and everything else, so I'm happy to be going on this walk today, and I hope that you'll find it interesting too. And this is the first of the milestones I come across on my way up towards Salsbury Hollow. So this one here is number 1, I think we call this. So now on Salsbury Hollow, we follow this up for around about a mile, and it takes us up to Salsbury Plain. Well, walking up the holloway, it is reasonably steep. Goes on for around about a mile or so until you get to the Salsbury Plain, but definitely well worth seeing. See all the shadows coming off me there, which is nice, and really looking forward to it. Still going uphill at the moment, and a while before we get there. Now at this stage, the view begins to open out in various areas. And what you can see over there is Tin Head, Long Barrow. Well, this is a long holloway. Lucky there's a bit of shade here, it's a lovely day. And Salsbury Hollow definitely is a long and steep route, but puts you in touch with the environment, and a great way to come to the 1917 trees. And just as we come over the summit of Salsbury Hollow, after a mile and a bit of uphill walking, you can see there just in the distance this milestone. So milestone number 2 on our little adventure in history, and we're just coming up to it now. And here it is, milestone number 2. You may recognise it from one of Mr. Whitewick's videos on the slow road. Says Sarum, so many miles. It's dated around about 1759, so it's been here a fair few years. But interesting to think that this trackway that we've just walked along here was an ancient coach road, and then eventually links into the Wessex Ridgeway. And just at this junction here, we can see that Salsbury Plain now opens out around us. Fantastic. Things don't get a lot better than that, do they, when you're looking at history in areas? Wonderful. Well, away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life, Salsbury Plain certainly is a lovely backdrop to walk along. And I've never lost my amazement for it. It's been with me all my life, really, because I've lived in the area my whole life. And it's just great to come out to these places. Can't really express how much interest there is. Just going along at any route, you find things and you want to know about them. And it makes things very interesting. Well, I'm now on the Wessex Ridgeway, and you may wonder why it's tarmacked. And the reason for that is obviously they run tanks, the army run tanks here, and big heavy equipment along, and it would just get bogged in otherwise. All the tracks up here when I was younger were like that track off to the right there, just chalk tracks. But now they are interspersed with tarmac. Just coming into view now is this trig point, and this is the trig point of Coulston Down. So it's not a milestone, and you can see that it's been knocked at some time by a tank or something, maybe even a tractor. So he's all leant over at an angle there. On our way to the 1917 tree, you ever thought who decided that it'd be a good place to start and finish a film? I've got no idea. If you know, please comment. So just at this spot you can see milestone number 3, which would have been a directional indicator obviously on this ridgeway. An incredible old stone. It's got some writing on there, but I haven't got my glasses on and it'll take ages to fathom out what it says, so I'll just look it up when I get back and see what it's actually got on there. But it's still interesting. Let's carry on this way, I think. I'll just turn off here. There we are. And you can see in the distance there the 1917 tree. This whole area had trenches dug in it and was used by the film production team for the filming of 1917. So it's quite an amazing part of our more recent history on Salsbury Plain. So all in this area there were trenches, and you can look up various film scenes where people were running along and filming it, and on little tracks of things filming it. But it's such an iconic film, and it was filmed in Wiltshire. Amazing. So we'll carry on towards the tree now, and there are other trees there as well which were used in the film, a couple of those too. But it still amazes me who thought of using this tree for the opening and closing sequence of that film. So just looking at this tree, what a picture that is. We obviously had the tree up north that everybody saw down. I don't want anybody to saw this one down. But isn't that just a beautiful thing? Come here at sunset and take pictures against it. You could do lots of things. But the film was shot here, and this tree was a really emotive part of that film, at the beginning and at the end, and the horrors of 1917, and trying to get a message through to troops to stop them from being massacred. Incredible. A Sam Mendes film that meant so much to people. Millions of people have seen the film, but not millions of people have come and visited the tree. So it makes it quite special in its own way. So here with the 1917 tree behind me, I've come here, I've found it, it's been wonderful and a true experience to see where the film was filmed. And I've enjoyed every minute of it. So I hope you've enjoyed watching my video. And until the next time, goodbye.